Thanks, Ken. One of these days, I'll have some time to talk about how Ken's helped me. That won't be tonight. It's good to be here, it really is. Great weather, great people, great signs on the interstate coming in. Feels like a good conservative state. And I'm from Chicago, Illinois, so this feels really good being here tonight. In all of our stops, I kind of talk about what our current government, its roots. Chicago, Illinois. I've asked in every single stop, what is the sales tax here in Salina, Kansas? 7.2. That's the highest so far. It was 6.8 in Utah and 6.9, I believe, in Colorado, and a low one last night. In Chicago, Illinois, our sales tax is 10.5%. And it just went down, I think, by 1/4%. And they're trying to raise the state income tax by about 150%. I mentioned, in Chicago, you have to not only ask for permission, you have to ask for the government. As a resident of the city of Chicago, I have to ask Mayor Daley and his thugs if I can have a permit to park my car anywhere in the city. And when I get that permission, I have to pay $75 a year for it. Can you believe this? In Illinois, and we've been having a lot of meetings lately with the American Liberty Alliance, and there's a couple Chicagoans here, Nick, Sarah, and Amy, 4 of us. We've been having these meetings where people talk, we have conversation, we say, so why are you just now getting active in the political process? And they say, well, we just realized that we have no control of the government. In Illinois, you literally don't have control of the government. You can't recall anyone. Of course, we have governors who just get themselves in so much, as you saw with Blago, that they kind of recall themselves. But we can't recall a politician. There's no initiative or referendum process. And guess what? This is the government that's now in Washington, D.C. Is that what we want? No. Is that a government that is working for the people? No. Absolutely not. And it's our job, it's our duty as Americans to fix that problem. And that's why we're out here, and I think that's why everyone else is out here tonight. And these rallies have been happening since April 15th. For those who don't know, Ken and I, and even Ned Ryan with American Majority, were intimately involved in the Tea Parties on April 15th. In fact, we ran taxdayteaparty.com. 1.7 million people crossed taxdayteaparty.com over a 5-week period, or I think it was about 6 weeks, from February 28th to April 15th. And as everyone knows, there were 835 organizers who organized Tea Parties. I believe there was one here with 700 that turned out right here. Yeah, give yourselves a hand. This is the beginning of a movement, a revolutionary movement of Americans who are fed up and tired and ready to act. And you're going to hear from Ned Ryan next. And I think it's extremely important that we continue doing what we're doing tonight. Get out to these events. Make sure that you're plugged in and understand what's going on. But make sure that you know, if you have to come and ask one of us or ask an organizer or leadership here in Salina within the movement, make sure that you know what your specific action items should be tomorrow morning. Don't leave a rally and say that was a great rally. Let's know exactly what we need to do, because this is a war. It's a fight. The government has looked right in the camera and said, we are declaring war on your way of life. That's serious, and we need to take it seriously. And that said, I don't want to leave you on a negative note. The wind is certainly at our backs for the first time in a long, long time, I think. And I'm only 29, but we started in Sacramento. I'm so lost on what day it is or what time it is, 6 days ago. And we've come across just the greatest people I've ever met in my life. And they're ready. They're ready, and they're working together. They're coming to these rallies. They're shaking hands. They're getting to know who the other activists in our community are. And they're understanding that it's now or never. This is urgent. It is absolutely urgent that going into 2010, we do something serious and cause some real change in the way our government functions. So keep it up, show up to these events, pay attention to what Ned Ryan has to say, and then Ken Marrero following him, and let's go do this in 2010. We have a lot of work to do. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.